Hey guys, Logan Dunning, logandunning.com. Are you paying for Calendly and you're trying to add a whole bunch of calendars in there to try to get your best schedule so clients, customers, sales reps, anyone that wants to interface with you, knows your schedule, can book meetings directly? Well, I'm happy to tell you that you guys don't have to pay for that service anymore. You probably have Office 365, and this is a free service with all the tiers of Microsoft 365 and Office 365. So if you want to save money, if you like it, for sure, continue. But for me, I just prefer, if I'm paying for the Office 365 subscription, why pay twice? So if you take a look here, any of the business plans, starting at, Canadian, which is less than US dollar per month for the business basic, has the bookings in it. So here I'm logged in as myself here, and I would have to go to like bookings, right? And that would bring me over here. And now I'm going to essentially make a shared booking page, and I'm going to say, book a meeting. Okay, the business type, we're gonna say, education, since it's social media marketing. Add a logo. There I have my nice new logo. And yeah, that's a reasonable, well, maybe I don't want people booking with me then. And going through this process, you definitely want to allot certain windows that people can just straight give you a Microsoft Teams invite that will bypass everything. Because at the end of the day, you do want to automate some of this stuff so you don't have to have this back and forth with everyone. Oh, does this time work for you? Does this time work for you? That's essentially one of the reasons why, people need like assistance at certain levels, because they need to handle their bookings and stuff like that, right? So you do want to, like, whether you do it now or in the future, you do want to, shorten that window. So I'm going to change this to, let's say I'll take every Friday and Monday as dedicated focus days. These are the booking days. And then I'm going to say anything from, let's say, 10:30 to, let's say, 3:30 for social media. So, all right, so here it's just going to be for me. But if you did have some delegates in there, you can add more people, and you can allow the customers to, or the clients and partners and customers to pick the staff member they want to book with, which could be a great time saver. In this case, I'm just going to put myself for this example. And, it does make the Teams meeting, which is great. So this is a office hours one, but I'm going to change this to be, social media consultation, and I'm going to say it is, say, 1 hour, and make it a Teams meeting for sure. Update service, social media consultation. Okay. And we'll go next. And so anyone. So you definitely want to have, like, if you're a C-level executive, or, you have like thousands of people at, like, your huge company, maybe this one makes sense, right? Depending on who you're interfacing with. But for a lot of people that are, interfacing with external, clients, customers, partners, prospects, mutual collaboration, team members of, like, growing the business, you're going to want to pick anyone to, maximize those autonomies for people can tap directly into your schedule without, checking with you as, hey, does this date work for you? So I'm going to say create. And then you're going to see this cool little Nintendo character. Think about how much time she's going to save. She kind of looks like she's ignoring the bells, the messages. I couldn't even finish my sentence. We're kind of good to go. So, people can book appointments here. So let's just we're going to go get started. And we're here. And let's take a look at some of the customizations, right? First off, we want to say copy, because you can embed this, like, directly into, like, a YouTube video on a web page. So, like, people don't even have to, like, you can make it look like really part of your Dilio, right? So I'll show you, like, what I'm going to do for that. I'm going to copy this, right? I'm not going to do the embed option, but I do have my, Blazor WebAssembly, Azure Static Web App site for Logan Dunning, or Social Done Right Inc. And what I'm going to do here is just paste this here. And this is a little bit of a, asynchronous JavaScript IJS runtime code to open a tab right, with the blank. So you basically, when you click the link, it doesn't like take you away from that page. It'll just make a new tab. So like, they'll still be on that page if they close the tab to come back. So book a meeting, right? Bookings, and then we're going to say save. I think I got hot reload going. And for those that are, rolling their eyes to a little bit of the jargon, just know that I'm, putting it into the public facing website at this point, because I do want people to have the ability to book right away. So this is what the, social done right site looks like in development right now. And let me just see if I can scroll down here. And now I have this book meeting button, right? So if I click that, see if this works. I don't know yet if it's live. Yeah, it did work. Book a meeting, and then I don't like this color. I want to change it to that black. And then, so this is tapping in directly to my calendar, and probably what many of you are thinking, like, hey, how can I combine multiple calendars like Calendly? So you can totally do that, and I'll show you how. So what you're going to want to do, like, first we'll change the colors, and I'll push this website change because that seemed to work fine. So I'll just actually close this and this. What you want to do is first the colors. We're going to say customize, and we're going to say new, and we're going to say set custom color. And you probably just want to Google the hex code for whatever you want. I think it's 4 Fs. No, that's white. I think it's 4 zeros. Yeah, there you go. That's black, the blackest black it can be. And then let's see, regional time zone settings. Definitely want to, I don't know, I'll put it like, you want to always test the impact to see if any of these things are doing anything that you don't want it to be. But I'm going to just put my time zone. All right, so sure, okay. And then the default scheduling, so time increments, show increments of, yeah, okay. Minimum lead time, so like, hey, I only really want to have people book with me. It's like less than 24 hours so I can get prepared. Maximum lead time, like, yeah, like someone booked like a year from now, probably forget about it, but that's reasonable. We do want to send a meeting invite to the customer because, like, if they booked it, they want to add it to their calendar. I'm not sure why that's not defaulted. Notify the business email. So it does create like a business email for this booking page, which is a license-free Office 365 account, which, like, zero cost. You just create a booking page. It's a little nuancy. I wish it was a little cleaner. But yeah, so bookable when staff are free, set availability for a date range. You can actually do some additional things here. But let's just say, okay, you can book whenever anyone's free. You can have your own data collection and usage consent toggle with the, your privacy policy, all that stuff. So disable direct search engine indexing. I'm okay with like leaving that on. SEO is friendly, especially for social media marketing, kind of that stuff. Require one-time password. No, I want frictionless. So I'm going to hit save. And the other great thing is it will actually add these customers in. So anytime that they use the booking page, it will add people in here, and you're able to like use that data for, kind of whatever you want for the most part. Like, that's why they give the option here for the, data usage consent, because they, like, theoretically it's fully transparent, like, because they want you to do it. Like, they should almost, require you to fill this out, because you are harnessing actually, if you fill out any form online, you'd probably be pretty naive to think that that data is not captured somewhere, regardless if there's legality involved. Like, Mark Zuckerberg is not deleting your, post because you took it down like 5 seconds after. This data is there forever. It's just hidden or whatever, or not used, right? So it is ethically good that they have that. And then you basically have a full, if you use it for a year, people book maybe a couple times a month. You have like a bunch of customers in there that you can follow up with, send newsletters. Then again, you have to comply with things like Castle, unsubscribe to the newsletter, all of that stuff. But anyhow, you have a roster of customers that you can follow up with. Like, it definitely helps when you're a small to medium business entrepreneur that trying to grow the business, and you need all of that CRM, Salesforce level of customer intelligence to help you drive things forward. So this is the part where you can add more than one staff member here, contact, any kind of things that you want to add in there. Edit staff. What can you do? You can, I don't want to make it pink. I guess that's my only option. Can't do black, but whatever. Biggers can't be choosers, especially when it's free, unlike Calendly. Yes, the rhyme was on time, on purpose. Okay, good. Services. So you can add more than one service to, more than one resource. So let's say you had shared, calendar. You can imagine in like a customer's, like a sales rep world where there's like 10 sales reps and maybe a sales manager, so 11 people. And then over on the services, you could say that, okay, 2 of these guys are in charge of like this app. 2 of these guys are in charge of this. So you can actually have different types of services that are linked to different types of people. So when you're on the page, so if I go to the page, let's see, let's just try it out. No, not like that. Just like, can you just view or share? Let's do that. When you're on here, like depending on who you pick, right? Or sorry, what type of a service you pick, it could be limited to, the people in the drop down. Now, the other cool thing I will just say, other than the fact that first off, it's free, you have Office 365 regardless. You can integrate you can add additional calendars in there, and I'll show you that shortly. You can actually like say that this one here is billable, meaning like, some people are consultant level, where they're like, okay, that's, it's $50 an hour or whatever it is. Like some people, they're smart and, their time is like a lawyer, right? So like you can actually go into it. And I think if you go here and go into the services and go to edit, so we're here, and you could, put, I don't know. I always like putting little icons, but to each their own. Let's say like chat. I don't know, maybe something like that. Looks kind of cool. Location is, I'll see. No, I'm going to say Teams video call. Okay. Or like you want to be non-ambiguous so people know MS Teams video call. Okay. Use that location. At the end of the day, location is just some extra information. There's no location there. It's just like, might as well fill out that field. Price. So you can say that, hey, it's hourly and it's going to be like, I think like ours is for an hour is like $100 or like $120. I forget. I'll have to update that after, but so this is where you could add notes, maximum number of attendees. You can have the customers manage their own appointments, which I like you want to empower them, right? Notifications, booking options. So the default scheduling policy, availability, kind of the same stuff you're looking at the global level when you're looking at the booking page or the, that kind of stuff. But this is at the service level. So it's kind of more fine grained, and you can say, hey, I want the customer email, like that's definitely required because like how else would I get back to them? Maybe the phone number, but then you're dealing with friction, right? And people will just not even do it if they can't put the bare minimum. So figure out what the bare minimum is if people aren't using it or whatever. I do have some suggestions to help empower people to use it even if they don't want to, and I'll get to that. So we'll say custom field and maybe say a drop down question. And I'll say, is or what social platform is, I don't know, this about, and you can add options, right? Like you make a drop down. I don't want to bore your time going through that, but I'm just going to say, we'll delete that one and we'll say customer notes. Sure. Okay. And then we'll say, I don't know, maybe a customer name, or company name. Let's do that. Company name. Okay. Save changes. And I believe you can add it to be required, select required, right? And then save, do that after. So I don't need text messages. I don't really want to pay. The whole point of this was not paying, right? You already pay for the license. Notify the business email, which is that generic, Office 365 account that gets booked. So there's like essentially like 2 emails that come to the, like, if you set this up for yourself, like there's going to be 2 emails that'll come to you for this meeting for some reason, right? I haven't been able to turn that off. If you guys figure it out, let me know. But it's probably that one, so might as well try. So default scheduling, turn that. Okay. So, okay. So send the meeting invite to the customer, of course. And then any additional information and links that they'll receive. So you can say, thank you for booking with us. Here's some like pre-reading materials, just paste it in here, ChatGPT, whatever. Add email reminders, maybe if it's, 15 minutes before, send to the customer and I guess all attendees or whatever. And you could say, looking very forward to meeting with you and helping you accelerate your social media marketing needs to maximize growth and potential across clients and customers in social media, whatever. Can you imagine we left the word whatever in there, right? So we're going to say, so I'm looking very forward to meeting with, let's say we are looking very forward to meeting with you and helping you accelerate your social media marketing needs to maximize your growth, and maximize your growth. Okay, that's fine. Growth and reach. Okay, let's just say that. Keep it short and sweet. Save changes. All right. So then follow-up email, you could say something like, hey, 30 minutes after, or like, you could essentially set a follow-up and be like, hey, just, and you could almost like have it come from yourself, right? Let's say, for example, it's customer acquisition and whatnot, right? So you'd basically say, okay, a week before, like a week after, 3 days after, hey, I just wanted to say that I had a terrific time at that meeting. And if there's any additional information that I can provide to help you be more successful, please let me know. Period. If you want to book again with me for your convenience, here's the link. And then you could do certain things like, if we know the booking page, which is this one here, copy it. And then we're going to, like, let's say like this, and then we could say link and display as that, and that's fine. You could even do this and display as Windows key period for like an emoji, right? And then just put like a capital, I don't know, make it more prominent. It's probably just my like thing that makes it look like this, but yeah, like it will come through in the email nicely. Probably won't make it professional, so hi. I just wanted to say that I had a terrific time at our meeting a few days ago. And if there's any additional information that I can provide to help you be more successful in your social media marketing endeavors, please let me know. And then furthermore, comma, and for those that don't know the text to voice part, like you just do a Windows key and the H will pull up that for dictate, which is very much different compared to narrator. So furthermore, maybe furthermore is like almost negative, right? So I'm going to say additionally, or you could be super casual. You could say, and one more thing or something like that. Additionally, if you wanted to book again, for your convenience, here is the link. And then, say save changes, right? See more, you have this, which is nice. And you're going to say save changes, assign staff, which would be yes. And you can allow the customers to choose a particular staff. If you say no, like I believe like you can just essentially, can you add a logo for that? No, you can't. Like you just basically have this one-on-one or whatever. Service details, branding. Okay. So if we go back here and we go back to bookings, and we have it here actually, probably refresh the page. Yeah, so like $120 an hour. You can't really like pick the person now, right? You got that cool logo, and you pick it, and then you pick a time, and that will actually send the invite directly. So company name, there is, yeah, so it did add it down here, and then you'll send it and book it. It does pick the stuff, and it's kind of clean, right? You can actually embed this, right? Like I showed the link, right? But you can directly embed it in a website. So actually it will just like look like that and make it part of your own website. Change the logo to be whatever you want. And it directly puts Teams links into your calendar. So now the next question is, how do you make that integrate with additional calendars? So I'll show you that next. So it's a bit of a workaround, right? It does work. And then if you're kind of, trying to save money off like minimizing services, right? Like Calendly and other calendar integration things. This is basically the best you can do with this service. Is what you're going to want to do is in Office 365, go to Outlook. And you'll notice here how I got your book a meeting calendar has been created, right? But then, it could potentially just show you if you do share and then go to this one here, and we're just going to say it's going to cost that, and it's going to be, let's say, Thursday at, let's say, noon. Real annoying, like right over lunch. You should probably book that off. We're going to say test, and then test at test. Actually, I'll put my other email, so I'll say logan.dunning@outlook.com. It's my cat. This is not required, so I'm going to say whatever. I'll say a lot of people probably do this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Thanks. And I'll just say SDR, Social Done Right Inc. And I'll say book. And if we flip back to, we'll let that complete because it's doing its thing, right? Until it's at the end of the day for me, so I'm like ready to go lie down. Been up for actually 24 to 40 hours straight, but still productive despite the fumes of caffeine. So thank you for booking with us. You'll get a confirmation shortly so that you can reschedule it. You can do it new bookings. They don't say, hey, download your ICS or your iCal, like, because you're going to get that in your email. Like, they're smart. Like, they don't say, hey, do you got Google? Do you got like whatever? Like, no, just send the invite at the end of the day, right? So new booking, right? And it doesn't look like I got the other one, so it seemed to work. And it puts it directly into your calendar, right? Which is like, if we go down to the next month, it is right here, and it will actually put the Teams link in there and all that stuff. And it says this person, I don't know exactly where. Does it say the person? No, like it doesn't say who it's sent to unless we go to scheduling, or no. Where would you see you can't really tell. Like, you have to actually go to the booking online to like see what's going on, right? So like meeting insights, this is for this person, so you can actually go to it, and then you would actually see it's for test, right? That's all you kind of see. You don't see like the customer. So they do have some work to like actually bring it in, because what you want to see is the person's email here, but you don't, right? So you get what you pay for, but at the end of the day, like, it's automated and great. So in the calendar, I'm going to go to the settings. You can be anywhere in Outlook, but view all Outlook settings. Then you want to go to the calendar, and you want to say bookings with me. Yes, I'll show you that after. You don't have to like use it. I'll show you what I did for the email signature. So customize actions, shared calendars. It is a work hours and accounts. Yeah, okay, so here it is. So basically, you're able to add a single account, okay? So a Hotmail, a Live, an Outlook.com, or a Gmail. And that will populate your calendar in from your personal into this Office 365 one, right? And you just have to make sure if you have any personal appointments that you're managing, like on your phone or whatever, that you push them there, right? And then that way they will sync back. So if you have like 4 different personal calendars, at the end of the day, that won't work. But if you just almost like CC or BCC on the, I'm not even sure if there's a BCC on the calendar invite. I don't think there is, because like forwards are like public knowledge. You see when people forward them. But like if you put yourself as optional on invites that people send you to a different calendar, and you put your personal on, when it goes, you can have it auto accept. That's a setting in Outlook, the auto accept when it comes from a certain person with either a mail rule or with Outlook, the Windows client. And then it will just populate back from your personal into your work one, and then your availability in bookings will be reflected, right? So in mine, I have like a mix of personal and like 2 different calendars that people can't book those slots because they're, they go in there and they're normally butt up against each other, So I'm going to say this one here, and it's going to say, hey, what are you going to sign into? I'm like, this one. And it's going to think here. And there's one extra option. So include in my work availability, right? That's what you got to add, right? So shown as busy or tentative, blah, blah, blah. So that will populate stuff in there into yours. And essentially anytime you add stuff to that personal calendar, it will be, over here. So if I look here, is there any personal stuff in that calendar? If I go here, and I don't think so, over to the Outlook one. And then I'm going to go to today, and let's just say we'll put something here, and I'm going to say a new event, and I'm going to say, I don't know, I'm taking a rocket ship to going to Mars with Elon. I used to think like it was pronounced this, Elon Musk. And that just sounds dirty, or like maybe, I don't know. End of the day, chalk it up to being crazy. I can just send it to myself, whatever. I'm going to say it's busy, or like, I'm whatever. You don't have to put private, doesn't matter. I'm going to just kind of block off, let's say, the whole friggin' day past 11. And I'm going to say that, okay? And so that starts at 11 and it goes to 6 p.m., okay? So if I switch back to my work one, or my social done right, like Office 365, licensed one on the, Office tenant, you see how I got the event there, which synced across. So now let's do this. Let's say we wanted to reschedule, okay? We're just a person now trying to reschedule. And what we wanted to do here is, let's just see where it was. It was on the Friday past 11, okay? So now we're going to hit, Friday won't work because we actually did block that off. But let's open that back up. Actually, let's move can we move it here? Yes, we can. No, we can't. So we're going to go back in. And, it did move it. It just didn't update. So it's a UI thing, right? So go back to this guy here. Actually, we don't even have to. We can just pop back over and refresh. And we're trying to hit Thursday. And we do have time, which is weird. So Thursday, the 8th. Refresh this. Thursday the 1st. Yeah, okay. It was the 1st, right? Let's do tomorrow's the 1st, and I moved it to the 1st. Okay, yeah. So that's interesting, right? Because if I edit that and say that, like, hey, on the Thursday, I'm okay to. But what else is there though? I just don't understand why. Do I have anything in my calendar? It's why can't I? Oh, because of the 24-hour thing, right? So let's move it to, let's say, the 8th, because right now we can see that we can book the 8th, and we'll set it to let's say 10. So it should eliminate the 8th as a test example. So we're going to open this one, edit, and this is on our personal calendar, right? Not our Office 365, and we're going to set that to next week on the 8th. And we're going to start that at just say 10 to have coverage, or make sure it's coded properly, and we're going to say save, okay? And then let's just see if we can simply toggle on and toggle off. No, you got to refresh probably. And yeah, so it's gone. The 8th is gone. So it is just that easy with Microsoft Bookings to set up this page, and you can do embeddings, and there's no cost. It's included in all of the Office 365 plans from Microsoft Business Basic. I don't think it's in the home ones. I could be wrong. I couldn't find it anywhere here. I had to Google it because it doesn't show the Bookings app, but it's just like, they don't advertise it because it's in everything. You got Office 365, you got Bookings. So anyhow, guys, I know that there's a lot of information in there, but this can dramatically simplify your life. But before I let you go, if we take a look at a new email, you're going to go to, signatures, and there's a new feature in Outlook that lets you sync the signatures with the server. So you definitely want to set that up because you get a new computer, it saves it, which is like, can't believe it took them that long to figure that out. But we're going to do enter, and we're going to say Windows period, pick a calendar thing, and we'll say book meeting, book meeting. And then what we want to do is we're going to do a hyperlink right here, and we want to go over to share and copy that link and back over to the email because we're editing the signature. We're going to paste it here. You can also add a screen tip. Like this helps like for vision impaired or like screen readers. Like this is like basic HTML stuff. You'll say like schedule a meeting with me, with Logan, or click here, click here to schedule a meeting with, right? And then you'll go okay, and then that's it, right? And then you'll go save, right? And go okay. And then you can just it doesn't really put it in there. You probably just got to pop it in again. And there you go. So if I send that and someone clicks it, it will open that up. And that's how easy it is to do it, like end to end. And then what you end up doing is you will simply respond or reply to people that want to, hey, when works for you for this? And you'll be like, okay, please see my availability below in my signature. If you use that link, then it will send both of us a Teams invite. And if it's in person, we can adjust as needed. However, that will simplify the process so you can get back to doing everything else that you love to do other than coordinating meetings. So if you guys found this helpful, useful, any little bit of likes, subscriptions, shares, it does help. It allows me to do fun little videos like this to inform other people of these free, incredible opportunities through either services you already have or ones that you can take advantage of. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.